Guys, welcome to the start of my first universe mode. I'm going to be doing this as a series on my channel every Friday, about 15-20 minutes. Gonna play through a match, explain some things I'm doing with booking, and just go over what WWE is doing as well, trying to explain their storylines and their characters, what they're trying to do. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to change some matches too, because that's not good. I will be turning entrances off just because I don't like to waste time. Those entrances kind of feel like a waste of time. To me, at least. Let's get some cruiserweight action to start. These do not remind me of Brock Lesnar at this time. The Royal Rumble, I get what they were doing, but it was a bad choice. It was a boring first 20-30 minutes of that match. It shouldn't have happened. I understand why they did it. It's so that, you know, everyone was happy when Brock was eliminated. I get it, but with one of the biggest matches of the year, you just cannot afford to waste time like that and to get people disinterested. As far as the pay-per-view goes, that was the only problem I had with the whole thing. I found the Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan match incredible. Storytelling, the wrestling, everything about it is great. The Fiend is the best gimmick in wrestling right now.
We'll find out who the best is in the ring right now. I am so excited this moment is finally here.
In terms of gimmicks in wrestling, we have Rusev and Lana. And people are going to hate me for this opinion, but Rusev and Lana is not a bad storyline. It's a long storyline, but it is not a bad one. A big part of the storyline is that Bobby Lashley is not important. He could be replaced with anybody. You can name anyone, replace them with Bobby Lashley, and the storyline would still work. The storyline is about Lana and Rusev. It is not about Rusev and Bobby Lashley or Lana and Lashley. The problem with Lashley, however, is that he's stale. He is your typical big, strong guy, and there's nothing special about him. There's no reason to care. But Rusev, he's heartbroken. I guess the same could be said for Otis, but not to that extent. But there's a reason to care about what Rusev is going through. And I feel like that's something anybody struggles with, is there's no reason to care about any of their characters. You know, you care about Cody, Chris, a couple others, but no one talks because they're so anti-WWE. They want to say, oh, well, we don't do promos like WWE, and unfortunately, in sports entertainment, promos is something that you need. If you don't have promos, then you don't have a draw. And I'm not knocking AEW. They have good wrestlers. The wrestlers are great in terms of their technical ability. In terms of their storytelling and their gimmicks, they kind of drop the ball on that.
Things are not looking good for him right now.
Because, say what you will, WWE actually does do stories that actually have decent wrestling. But more importantly, they know, okay, this person's heel, this person's face, and it's easy to distinguish. When I watch AEW and I see Young Bucks, for example, they're cheered, and the Young Bucks embrace being cheered, although they are some of the most heel in the business. And there's some guys where it's not really their fault, such as MJF. Yeah, he's trying to be heel, but I think since fans are thinking they know the ins and outs of the business, they want to say, oh, I know this guy's trying to be bad, I want to be different and be opposite, and cheer him. And there are other ways to support people. So he's a great wrestler, he's great on the mic, but he's a bad guy. He should not be cheered in the wrestling business, kayfabe wise. So the best way to support someone like that is, say, buying a t-shirt, or supporting their merchandise, supporting them, following them, doing what you can without giving them what they need to succeed in the business. Because MJF doesn't need to be cheered. If he's being a heel, it's not going to work if he's being cheered. For example, the most heel in wrestling today, without a doubt, is Baron Corbin. Nobody likes this dude. And that's good. That's what should be happening. Now, I appreciate his work. I enjoy what he's doing. I'm still going to boo him. Because, in terms of wrestling, he's a bad guy. He should not be cheered. But also, that is supporting his character. Because he does not want to be cheered. He shouldn't be cheered. He doesn't want to be cheered. So the best way to support him is, even if you have to pretend, by, as my friend said once, you gotta cheer the cheers and boo the boos. You gotta cheer those that they're good guys, they're working hard, they're trying to do everything they can. But you also gotta boo the guys who need to be booed. Because if you don't boo someone like Baron Corbin, then why would you be happy if someone overtook him? So then, let's say during that whole rivalry between Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns, if everyone cheered Baron Corbin, then nobody would cheer Roman. But since Baron Corbin did his job and made everybody hate him, everybody cheered as soon as Roman booed him. Hopefully you understand the kind of format I'm going for. It's obviously doing my own universe mode as to show how I would book things and how I would go about doing stuff like this, but also talking about the real problems in wrestling today. And I get everyone has different tastes. If I say anything that offends you or you don't agree with, I'm sorry. Know that I'm not attacking anyone, I'm not attacking a certain company, I'm simply stating my opinions and what I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get this match started. Razor is never one to vocalize his feelings.
I think AEW needs to start doing promos and admitting WWE can do some things correctly. And I think the fans also need to embrace, okay, WWE does do some things correctly. even if it's not all of them, or most, for that matter. There's some things they do well.
Not looking good right now. Tagged in.
Back on the Royal Rumble, with Brock doing his thing and eliminating, what was it, 14, 15 people before anyone else was even in the match, really. You gotta admit, WWE did a couple of surprise returns very, very well, such as Edge and MVP. And it's getting everyone ready so that Edge can face Randy Orton, and it's done very well. And while the first half of the Royal Rumble match was one of the most boring things to ever watch, Brock Lesnar's doing his job, and he does it well. He does all the things that everyone complains about, and then starts doing them more, and starts doing them more. People complain more, and starts doing more. It makes him hated naturally. I mean, who wants to watch a dude just eliminate 14, 15 people in a row? Nobody. Brock Lesnar is a heel. He doesn't want people to like him, so he's going to do what people don't like. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not trying to justify what WWE is doing, because I'm not really that sure what they're trying to do. But I am trying to explain it. And one of the biggest things that needs explaining is the Fiend versus Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. Now, I know this happened a while ago, and it's kind of over, and no one wants to talk about it. The match in the Hell in a Cell with Seth, no, it should not have been a title on the line. By any means, that should not have happened. But in terms of storytelling, WWE started telling a story before we even knew that there was one. They took Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. They made Seth change. They made him look really just, what is he doing? Why is he... This is not like Seth. This is just wrong. And it's dirty moves. Why is he doing this? A couple weeks ago, they kind of brought in the narrative of, let's take this gimmick and let's have Daniel Bryan say that he's going to change the Fiend, because the Fiend likes to change people. Well, so far the Fiend has changed almost everyone that has stepped in the ring with, including Daniel Bryan in their last match. And what it's doing is it's an easy way to turn heels into faces and faces into heels. It's easy, because you have this, you could have John Cena, the biggest face in the company probably to ever live, just because he's John Cena, and yeah. You could take him against the Fiend. The Fiend could start laughing at him and doing Fiend things. All of a sudden, John Cena starts grabbing a sledgehammer, a briefcase, whatever he can, to try to take down the Fiend, and it starts showing the darker side of these faces, which you know and love and that you cheer. It's an easy way to turn people, and it's also very entertaining. And that's one of the things that WWE has figured out, is not everyone can have their own controllable character, but they can pick, and they can tell who's going to be a good storyteller and knows how to put on the show. Brock Lesnar is one of these examples. There's a reason he has creative control like this, is because him losing the title and losing at that spot was most likely his idea. When he loses the title, it's usually his idea of how he's going to go out, which is why a lot of times he has looked weak. The 15-second match against Goldberg, Brock Lesnar's idea. He wants to put people over as much as he can. So I think he gets a bad rep. I understand it. But at the same time, I think we all need to take a step back and go, okay, what are they going to try to do with this? Maybe I shouldn't judge this as soon as it happens. You know, maybe you should think about it before you come to a conclusion. But that being said, I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you have a good day.